New Mutants, I was looking forward to seeing last year in 2018, but then it got pushed back like 3 times. So it's now coming out late 2019. This is on the list basically because I'm curious if it's actually even going to come out. I'm going to see it. Sure, why not? Yeah, is it coming out? Is it? I don't know. It was supposed to happen back in 2018. It's 2020. Most of the actors don't even look the same anymore. Yeah, so it's real. I saw it. Let's talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Will. So before I get into today's video, I do want to take a quick second and just from the bottom of my heart say thank you. Thank you to everyone who has watched any of my videos, who's liked, shared, subscribed to the channel for more. I just wanted to say thank you because I recently checked my subscribers and I'm over 200 subscribers and that's huge for me. It's not a big goal. I mean, it's not a large number, but it's something I've been working at towards this year, and with 2020 being such the dumpster fire that it's been, it's nice that I've been able to entertain and, you know, just entertain everybody. So I don't even know what I'm saying right now. But I did just want to take a minute before I jump into the video just to say a quick thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing my videos, liking any posts I do on Twitter or Instagram and stuff like that. It really does mean a lot to me. And for something that is just a hobby, it's just I hope that you find enjoyment in watching as much as I find enjoyment in doing this. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, and hopefully you'll continue to stick around and watch more videos and share and all that fun jazz. And onward to 300. Let's see if I can get there. But let's get started with this one. Okay, so for today's video, I'm doing a quick review for the New Mutants. As you saw at the beginning of this video, it's real. It came out. It took 3 years for it to come out, but it's here and I got to watch it. And nah. So if you don't know, the New Mutants is the last spin-off movie coming from 20th Century Fox before the Disney Fox merger. This was already in production almost 3 years ago, and it just kept getting delayed, and it finally got released. And I gotta say, it's meh. It's not great. It's not really good, but it is better than Dark Phoenix, so it's got that going for you New Mutants. So the New Mutants, it focuses on a group of young people, like most movies do nowadays, but it focuses on a group of young mutants, and they're in a sort of hospital being monitored by Dr. Reyes, who is evaluating their abilities and their benefit to society. It's like a weird, twisted, dark version of what the normal X-Men movies or comics do, where you have Professor X and he trains them to be heroes. They're not really being trained to be heroes. They're being trained to be weapons for the most part by an organization that is funding this that we aren't really made known of until towards the end, which is kind of a nice Easter egg, but unfortunately, due to the fact that this is a one and done movie that's probably not getting a sequel, it's kind of going to be one of those things that's left unanswered, unfortunately, to the detriment of the story that the movie does. The primary focus of the movie is a character named Danny Moonstar. She's the sole survivor of her reservation being destroyed by a supposed tornado, but it's later revealed that it's because of a demonic bear. That's a thing. This is based off of the Demon Bear storyline from the New Mutants arc from the comics. I never read the arc myself, and I wasn't super familiar with a lot of the story going into the movie. I will say I've known some of the characters thanks to some of the animated series like X-Men Evolution, where a lot of these characters were featured in the later season of that show, which just a sidebar. If you've never seen X-Men Evolution, it's actually a really good animated series for X-Men. Does it hold the caliber of the original X-Men animated series? Probably not, but it's actually really good, and I suggest watching that instead of this. I would probably watch that than this. So I do like the concept of making this a la a horror type movie where they treat the mutations more as like, you know, a disease. Like most of the mainstream X-Men movies really teach it more as a gift, but society sees it as a disease. With this movie, it's really kind of treated more as an element of suspense and horror, which I really kind of like. All of the characters are damaged mentally and some physically in the case of Sam, who is Cannonball, but they all have a lot of baggage, all have a lot of trauma in their lives. So it does inform a lot of how their characters act around one another, but they do towards the end of the movie become a pseudo team, so to speak, but they don't get suits or anything like that. I did like Maisie Williams' portrayal of Rain, aka Wolfbane. She's a mutant who can transform into a dog or a wolf. She forms a relationship with Danny, who is supposed to be our main protagonist in the movie, and they do have a little bit of a romance going on, and I did like their scenes together. I liked Anya Taylor-Joy, who played Magic in the movie. She has like the coolest power set in terms of a visual presentation, and they did focus on her as being kind of a beginning antagonist towards Danny, being the newcomer coming into this group. But she also has baggage, and she was assaulted and molested as a child, which informs a lot of why she is, you know, pardon my language, such a at the beginning of the movie, but later it's still a by the end of the movie. So the movie is a mess. I love the concept. I think the concept of treating an X-Men story like a horror movie with some sort of unforeseen force tormenting the people in this hospital, I think that's a great concept. The execution, however, I don't think it was done all that well. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens in the movie, and it's still towards the end of the movie, it's not really explained. Was it the cause of one character's powers, or was it an external force affecting the situation? The Dr. Reyes character, I think it was meant to be kind of this red herring, was like a Nurse Ratched type situation, where it's like she outside appears that she wants to help, but secretly she's not all that good. And I don't think the reveal was that surprising. I don't even know if it was supposed to be a surprise reveal. I think we were just supposed to get the fact that she was not good. And you kind of know that from the get-go, because everything seems very devious in what she's doing and what she's saying. That is supposed to be her employer is one person that we're assuming is supposed to be Professor X, but then when you think about where this takes place in the universe of X-Men movie, because it does take place in this universe, they reference the X-Men multiple times during this movie, it's not really that you can put two and two together who she's actually working for in the movie. And that's not, if it's a spoiler, I'm sorry if it's a spoiler, I'm not trying to spoil anything with the movie, but yeah, that was something that didn't really click with me as well. This movie is not egregiously bad or anything like that. I watched it and I enjoyed certain elements of it. I don't know if the characters needed to be as infighting as much as they needed to make them get to the point where they needed to be in the third act. But the third act is probably the more enjoyable part of the movie. There's a really cool scene where they get to kind of be teenagers in the second act, which is cool. However, I'm to assume that they're all teenagers. Some of them act a lot older than just regular high schoolers. So, but there was a really cool kind of group scene where they were all having fun and stuff like that in the movie, and I enjoyed that scene. And I enjoyed the last act too, the actual fight towards the end. I thought it was a real good use of the powers going on. And it's, with this movie, one of the things that kind of threw me off was that it's hard to kind of tell who the antagonist of the movie is. It Dr. Reyes? Is it the Demon Bear? Is it all the crazy stuff going on? I guess it's all of them, but it feels like disjointed. Like, I think if you had a central villain, like if the Demon Bear was the central villain, there's still questions as to where the Demon Bear came from, because the way the movie ends, you would think that the Demon Bear was the cause of something else, but if that's the case, then what happened at the beginning? That it's weird. I think if they had time, and see, I don't even want to say if they had more time, because this movie should have came out in 2017, I think was the original date of when this movie was supposed to come out. And it's been pushed back like 4 times. And originally, here's the thing. The story of how this movie got made and being released is a lot more interesting than the movie itself. Yeah, that's the best way I think I can explain it. Then yeah, I think the execution of the movie was definitely just mishandled. It's not a bad movie. It's watchable. It's better than Dark Phoenix. I will say that flat out. I did like a lot of elements in the movie. I think all the actors did a really good job with their performance. I will say I did find Danny, who was supposedly the protagonist, very boring and very uninteresting. She just didn't know what, not saying the actress didn't know what she was doing, the character herself didn't feel like she knew what she was doing in the situation until the last 5 minutes. And that felt very weird when I think the focus should have been on rather Rain or Ilyana, because I think both of their characters had more going for them than Danny did. So, but I did like the majority of the characters. I think not having a central antagonist kind of made the movie feel disjointed and kind of not out of place, but disjointed and unfocused. And that's one of the things that I think hurt the movie in my eyes. It wasn't bad watching it. I actually enjoyed a majority of it, but there are moments like that kind of took me out of the movie and made it less likely I was going to watch it again after this, even though I bought it. So, yeah. But yeah, so New Mutants, it finally came out, and it's better than Dark Phoenix is the most I can probably say. But that's not a high bar to clear. I think the concept was good. I think the idea of making it more of a horror movie was great. I just think the execution was poor. And yeah, unfortunately. 3-year wait wasn't really worth the wait. I'm glad I didn't see it in theaters. So anyway, The New Mutants. Have you seen it? What were your thoughts on the movie? Did you like the movie? If you did, comment down below. Let me know what you liked about the movie. And if you didn't like it, let me know in the comments what you didn't like about the movie. Also, where does it rank for you in the analog? Where does it rank for you in the large tapestry that is the X-Men 20th Century Fox movies? Let me know that in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for watching this and all of my videos. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. We're over 200 subscribers now. Let's see if we can get to 300. Just having fun. And I hope you're having fun watching me talk about movies, play some games, react to some stuff. I really hope you are enjoying this. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, all at DGeekWill. Like, share, subscribe to this video, all that fun stuff. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.